Thank you very much. My name is Tiffany, and I'm a second-year PhD student. So today I'm going to share with you a little bit more about the work that I've been doing. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the observed aerial survey data that my colleague Oriel has mentioned earlier. So we're focusing on the summer distribution of harbor porpoises. So the motivation for Observe project was to provide information on seasonal abundance and distribution of marine species in Irish waters. But also in the next couple of years, there's going to be an expansion of marine renewable energy around Ireland, and so it's very important for us to have all these data at hand. So one of the main aims for my PhD is to model the distribution of harbor porpoises. And for now, we'll focus on just the summer distribution. And so to do this, I've included the sightings data from 2016, 2021, and 2022. I've used the distance sampling method to derive the detection function and also the effective strip width. And then moving on, I used generalized additive models and to model the presence-absence of harbor porpoises. So in the GAMS, I've actually included environmental data such as depth, and also different spatial and temporal resolutions of sea surface temperatures. And why I do this is to compare and see which better predicts the distribution of harbor porpoises. So just some preliminary results. As you know, we've just stopped flying last month, so everything is just preliminary. As you can see that over the years, there's a decrease in sightings of harbor porpoise. The highest number was in 2016. Also, you can see in the Irish Sea, where I've circled, it seems to be a hot spot for harbor porpoise, which is important to note because as also along the way, part of my PhD is to identify potentially important areas. But the more dire question, just looking from the data, would be what could be driving this decrease in harbor porpoise sightings? Is there a true decline in harbor porpoise numbers? And if so, why? Or is there a shift in distribution? And if so, it would be important to figure out what could be driving this shift. And so in order to answer these questions, we need to better understand the harbor porpoise habitat and their distribution. So for the GAM results, I've modeled the probability of harbor porpoise presence. And if you're familiar with the plots or not, basically the probability of sighting a porpoise is lower at greater depth and at a higher temperature, and the probability of sighting a harbor porpoise is actually higher at greater effort, which is as expected. To continue on, I would like to include other spatial temporal environmental covariates such as chlorophyll A into the GAMS. I would also like to include winter sightings data to investigate seasonal distribution. And lastly, I would like to assess spatial and temporal overlap of harbor porpoise and human activities such as fishing and shipping. So thank you to everyone who has contributed to this project, especially the funders and all the collaborators.
Thank you, Tiffany.